Now we'll see about the Prime Minister and Chief Minister in the Part 2 of Civics lesson, Central Government and State Government. The leader of the majority party in Lok Sabha is appointed by the President as the Prime Minister. Like CM, Chief Minister, the leader of the majority party in Legislative Assembly is appointed by the Governor. The other ministers are appointed by the President on the advice of the Prime Minister. Like in the state, the other ministers are appointed by the Governor on the advice of the Chief Minister. Now, duties and functions of the Prime Minister and Chief Minister. In the central, Prime Minister decides the rank of his ministers and distributes the various departments. But in the state, the Chief Minister decides the rank of his ministers and distributes the various ministers. In the central, second point, the Prime Minister decides the dates and agenda of the meeting of the cabinet which he presides. Like in the state, the Chief Minister decides the dates and agenda of the meeting of the cabinet which he presides. Now third point, that is duties and functions of the Prime Minister and Chief Minister. Now in the central, the Prime Minister supervises the works of the various ministers. In the state, the Chief Minister supervises the work of the various ministers. Now fourth one, the Prime Minister acts as the link between the President and the Council of the Ministers. Now in the state, the Chief Minister acts as the link between the Governor and the Council of Ministers. The Prime Minister is the leader of the nation in the central, like in the state. The Chief Minister is the leader of the state. Now in the central, Parliament of India. The Parliament is the legislative organ of the Union government. The Parliament of India consists of three parts. They are President, Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. The Rajya Sabha is known as upper house and Lok Sabha is known as lower house. It is termed as bicameral legislature. In the state, state legislature, most of the states have only unicameral legislature, that is legislative assembly only, that is only lower house is following in the more states. But some of the states follows bicameral legislature, that is lower house and upper houses also can be followed in the some of the states like Bihar, Karnataka, Uttar Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. These are the states have bicameral legislature, that is lower house and upper houses are follows in the assembly. Now central, Rajya Sabha. The Council of State or Rajya Sabha consists of 250 members out of 238 represent the states and the union territories, elected by the method of indirect election. Legislative Assembly, lower house in the state. The Legislative Assembly is a popular house. It is the real center of power in the state. It consists of members directly elected by the people on the basis of adult franchise. The strength of assembly varies from state to state depending on the population. Now in the central about Lok Sabha. The Lok Sabha is a popular house of Indian Parliament and contains elected representative of the people. Maximum number of members can be elected for Lok Sabha is 552. Judiciary. Judiciary is the third organ of the government. It plays a vital role in protecting the right and freedom of the citizen. The Supreme Court is the highest court in the central government. High Court. The High Court is the highest court in the state level. At present in the High Court, there are 34 judges are working, including the Chief Justice. But in the High Court, there are 74 judges and 1 Chief Justice, including 75 judges are working in the High Court. Now, powers and functions of the Supreme Court. This is for same for the High Court also. All the powers and functions of the Supreme Court and the High Court. More or less it is same. Original jurisdictions. In cases which are brought directly in the first instance to the Supreme Court, come under original jurisdictions. These may be dispute between the Government of India and one or more states. Disputes between two or more states. Then appellate jurisdictions. The Supreme Court is the final appellate court in the country. As regard the appellate jurisdiction, the Supreme Court hears appeals against the decisions of High Court in civil, criminal and constitutional cases with a certificate from the High Court that it is fit to appeal in the Supreme Court. Then judicial review. The power of the judiciary to declare a law as unconstitutional is known as judicial review. Judicial review, it means the power of the judiciary to declare a law as unconstitutional is known as judicial review. The Supreme Court of India has individual review power with regard to dispute between the center and the states, protecting the fundamental rights. Same thing for appellate jurisdiction, judicial review and the original jurisdictions all comes under the High Court also.